Hey guys, what's up? It's Camera here. A little late to the show, but I'm here to bring you a update news video regarding Update 17, the Tobruk update. Essentially, the main part of this update is to bring Tobruk, the new map between the British and the Germans, for the game on everything, console, PC, etc. Now, this update is a very big update covering a bunch of other things, which we'll get into at the course of this video. And we'll go through in order as the changelog has written it all out. I'll leave a link down below in the description if you want to take a look. But without further ado, let's talk about the headline of Tobruk, essentially. Now, just going over the map, at least what they've talked about in the changelog was that they were looking for a map that is different than El Alamein, but cohesive in nature. They wanted to give an opportunity to provide new fighting experience with fighting in caves, creeks, accessible rooftops, etc. A map that also incorporates urban areas, but does not restrict vehicles or armor, and areas that are diverse capture points compared to one another, but still are cohesive overall. And again, it's another desert map, so it's a different theme, it's another continent. It's something that, again, a lot of people have been asking for with this map in particular. What I'll show on screen here is essentially a attack map of all the different objectives possible on the map. But I'm not going to go into detail about every single one, but more of what you'll now see on screen is just me going through the map through admin camera, showing it in its current state. Now, they did have some dynamic weather like Elsenborn Ridge, which is something I would get to, but I'll talk about now. So it's more of a sandstorm right now. So it's a little bit hard to see. I apologize for that, just what I could get on short notice. But as you see, it's got a lot of buildings. It's a big urban area in the southern and central parts of the map, with some more open areas to the north and more towards the left side, or west side in this case. But as you see, there's a lot of buildings, several towers, and just everything in general that would make essentially an urban map. Now, what you'll see is it's also the sandstorm, or at least a variation of the dynamic weather that came to this map with the update as well. In terms of what map this is going to be on in terms of its game modes, it is on every game mode, so Warfare, Offensive, and Control Skirmish. In terms of the timelines, it's on a morning version, a day version, and a dusk version. So there's that. Also, just sidebar, the main menu is now Tobruk themed, as well as the load screen is Tobruk themed. So there's just little aesthetic changes there. But overall, again, as the map, I have not really played it. So this is just me going to admin cam to show you guys at least what it looks like, because I never played the PTEs because I'm a console player. So I'm just giving you what I have. Again, I'm just trying to throw this all together so you understand what it looks like, at least from a general perspective. But that in a nutshell is Tobruk. And like I said, I know it's not super in-depth, but again, we got a new map. Here's the basics. That's what you need to know. On from there, just going down the list here, the Soviet practice range got just a couple little additions, nothing major here. Just some different landscaping, some new roads and snow details, reworked materials. Just again, some light things, nothing actually that major if I'm being honest. But from there, the changelog does talk about the weather system again. I'm not going to dive too much because I already dived into this. Essentially, it works the same as Elsenborn, where it could be a light sand breeze or just light dusting to a full-blown sandstorm. So there's that. Next, we have the Flamethrower buffs. So at least in the changelog here, the Flamethrower could destroy previously was garrisons, outposts, and forward positions, and also trucks and half-tracks, but you need a lot of the Flamethrower to destroy the vehicles in question. Now they can destroy nodes, repair stations, supply drops, ammo boxes, supply boxes, and just other ammunition boxes and stuff like that. There's a photo on screen, I'll throw it up now. And on top of that, the range of the Flamethrower has been increased from 23 meters to 35 meters, which is a decent amount of difference if I'm being completely honest. As you see here, just me testing out the Flamethrower, it does go pretty far now. But other than that, that's really not much with the changes here. Nothing else really changed besides just range suppression and what it could take out. But being able to take out nodes, I think, would actually be really good, especially in comp matches. I'm very curious to see what can be done with this. But that's the Flamethrower buffs. Next, we do have the changes to structures, in particular the engineer buildings. Now, I don't have a lot of footage with this. Again, I'm going with what I have, so just bear with me here. So, in terms of what they're changing here, they're making durability to all the structures. As you see here, bunkers, barricades, hedgehogs, Belgian gates, barbed wire will all now have durability factors, such as light, medium, or heavy, depending on what they are. And this goes hand in hand with the next thing, the precision strike changes. Now, with the precision strike changes, they talk about what it previously could destroy and what it now can destroy. Essentially, what it could destroy before was like garrisons, outposts, supply boxes, tanks, vehicles, etc. Now they can destroy buildings such as bunkers, barricades, hedgehogs, and barbed wire, making it to where if the enemy's got a fortress built up and you want to punch a hole right into their defenses, this now makes it a perfect tool to use, not just against tanks and garrisons, but against actual defenses, which actually does give it a little bit more of a usage now. Now, even though this isn't a lot to add to the precision strike, they might revisit this, who knows, but at least it gives us some more functionality in the game, which I think could be used very well if used correctly. Now, from there, we move on to new ways to get experience points. Now, this one, I'll warn up front, has some current controversy, but Team 17 did later address it, and we'll try to fix it, but we'll get into it now. So they have a system now in place for you can gain experience points by putting out accurate infantry pings, accurate vehicle markers and pings, accurate OP and garrison markers, XP for suppressing enemies, and for kill assists. Now, this is great. I think this is a great concept. However, the execution at launch was not well, and from what I was talking to, since I run a competitive league called Hell EU, or at least Help It Out, as an admin, there was complaints about how that basically the pings, you get points for it and it shows up, and it basically takes away the fog of war. Meaning I could just ping it in a certain location and, oh, there's enemies over there. Or, oh, there's enemies not over there. So there was some issues with it. However, about 3 hours or so afterwards, Team 17 did come out and essentially say that, yes, there is a way to abuse the pings. We are going to work on it in a hot fix to try and make sure that you cannot see the points right away and it's at the end of the game. And also to the point where you can't abuse the XP system now. But I think that's actually great, though, that they've recognized that mistake, but also the fact that it actually gives the players a chance to get experience for actually communicating, which is something that they wanted to note, as this is part of the game. Communication is part of it. If you ping things out and accurately, you get rewarded for it. So I think that's big, personally, once they get it finally fixed. Next, we have the general bug fixes, such as just recon outposts layer on top of other outposts, active outpost icon fails to layer on top of the other outposts, microphone check settings reset after closing the game, and just a couple little other things. On top of some other map-specific ones, St. Mary Glee, St. Mary Dumont, Purple Heart Lane, Omaha Beach, Kharkov, Foy, and Elsenborn Ridge got some personalized fixes. I won't go through all of them. The changelog down below if you want to check them out. The biggest one, though, I will say is the misplaced artillery one on Kharkov, where you couldn't even leave the artillery because it was stuck inside the snow. So there's that. Lastly, we have the DLC for this update, the Deutsches Afrika Korps or German Afrika Korps uniforms, as well as the British 8th Army uniforms, and, of course, the long-range desert group, the Desert Rats. So there is that. But that's essentially the update in a nutshell. Obviously, I have not played the map yet, so I will not give my feelings about the map until I've played it. So just take that in mind with this. I'm just simply the messenger. I've given a couple opinions, but hope you got something from the video. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.